Hi, welcome to our channel, Learning the Law. We help you have the basic understanding of Nigerian and international law. Today, we'll be looking at human rights. What are human rights? Before then, consider subscribing to this channel so that you won't miss our free legal education that will help you have the basic understanding of laws that you'll be using in your daily professional and personal life. What are human rights? Let's begin. We are not trying to be too formal about it. We prefer to teach you how to define human rights than to define human rights for you. Now, I have itemized 4 terms, 4 words that I believe they are the basic characteristics of human rights, that if you understand them, you'll be able to define human rights in your own words. What are these 4 terms? I summarized them in an acronym I call NICE, N-I-C-E. N-I-C-E. N stands for natural, I stands for inherent, C stands for codified, and E stands for enforceable. Now let's begin with natural. When we say natural, I know you know what natural is. Simply something created and maintained by God. We understand the word natural in our day-to-day English, right? So that's the word I'm referring to. Now, human rights are natural. They are natural in the sense that from the day God created human being, he created those rights with him. Because without those rights, human being would not be a human being again. Without those rights, when you detach those rights from human being, then you should call that human being an animal. Just remember slavery. Do you call a slave a human being? A man or a woman without free will, without mind of his or her own? You know, slavery is one of the signs of violation of human rights. Now, that's why it is natural. Human rights are natural. Now, the second is inherent. Inherent in the sense that it is inbuilt in human being. Inbuilt in the sense that you cannot detach those rights from human being. They are inalienable. So they are inherent. Now let's just cite an example. Nowadays we all use mobile phones. You know, we have mobile phones with detachable battery and mobile phone with inbuilt battery. Let's take, for instance, this phone. This is a mobile phone, right? This is the battery. Detach. You can detach it and you can put it back. When you remove it, it won't work. When you put it back, it works. Now, this is just how the rights are. But for the rights in human being, they are not detachable. Just like the way we have smartphones nowadays that comes with inbuilt battery. Today we have smartphones that come with inbuilt battery. That means you cannot detach that battery from them. So if you understand this example, this is just a similar example with human rights that are inbuilt in human beings. They are natural and they are inbuilt, they are not detachable. Now we said codified. Codified simply means written. Human rights are written. The human rights that we enjoy locally and internationally today are written in local laws and international human rights instruments. Now, codification means writing. Then the last but not the least is enforceable. Enforceable means going to court to seek for a redress. Now, when your right is about to be violated, is being violated or about to be violated, you can go to court for a redress. You can get compensation for it, you can get public apology, and you can get a kind of restraining order. And these human rights are protected and guaranteed for us as humans against an individual, authority, whatsoever. So we are protected. Not even the president or any law enforcement agency can violate your human right and go free, because you have the right to go to court and enforce it.